Hi, Jim Sinesco for AFC International, and today, yes, today, I want to introduce you to a brief introduction to the RxS Direct Reading RCS, Respirable Crystalline Silica instrument, the only one of the kind that I know of in the world from Trolex. The RCS is that respirable crystalline silica. We do not want to get that and be breathing that in the work zone. So obviously we have the Silica Standard, and the Silica Standard says we need to take sampling every so often, maybe twice a year, 4 times a year, maybe even yearly or bi-yearly. And we follow that table that OSHA has put out, and I guess MSHA now has approved it since April. But it's the times in between. You know, we may get our lab results back and everything is fine with the RCS concentrations. But as a construction safety guy back in my past, I know that wind conditions can change, environmental conditions can change, and certainly the work conditions can change. Most of my crews had several different tasks that they would do. They wouldn't always do one task all the time. So obviously those conditions could change, and meaning that our sampling that we did probably wouldn't be exactly perfect, right? And we will have those gaps where when those changes happen, we have no way to monitor that. Well, the RxS changes all that. We've got real-time monitoring now that we can actually watch and measure any of those slight changes. So the RxS, to me, this unit right over here, it's kind of like a sentinel. It's going to be set up in a work area, and it's going to be constantly monitoring and looking for that RCS, and specifically the respirable crystalline silica concentrations that are hurting all our workforce and our people over the years, right? We now know that. We've known it for a long time, so now we have a way to measure and control the work environment. And again, the OSHA standard and now the MSHA standard, they're great first steps, but any type of real-time monitoring is far superior. I mean, obviously, I can take samples and see, and we have to do that for those standards. But again, as a safety professional, having something I can measure every day, 24/7, is going to give me some much more valuable information. And also a way and a means for me to say, wait a minute, what's wrong? Something's wrong today. Is maybe one of our dust collection systems not working? Is maybe our moisture water suppression system of that dust not working? Is something wrong? Or is somebody doing something that they're not supposed to be doing? Maybe they're doing a task that incorrectly. Maybe they're not wetting the saw. Or maybe it's a new employee and all of a sudden he didn't get the memo that you're supposed to not be dry cutting. So using a device like the RxS is very, very valuable. As far as how the instrument works, the instrument is it's a wall mount or a tripod mount. I have it on a tripod. You can move it around. It has a battery pack. It pulls the sample in through the top here, and that sample comes right through and into the laser particle counter. And we have a couple different things we do inside here that's special that we can actually test, and we actually see all types of respirable crystalline silica, all the different types of crystalline silica. So it's going to give you everything you need. But and that'll be expressed in the concentration levels at the top part of this display. The bottom part's going to give you total particles per liter. So you're basically looking at the total amount and then looking at the RCS concentration of that sample. And it's based upon whatever time limit you set it. Now, you can't probably see this on the video, but it says 15-minute time frame. I can change that to 1 hour, 4 hours, 8 hours, 12 hours. But I like keeping it at the 15, and the 15 gives me a good stell number, right? So we turn this on, we leave it in the area, it's going to collect that data, and then later we can actually go underneath. You can't see it, but way down there you can see there's a little port, USB port. We then could use a thumb drive and then download that data to look at with the Breathe XS software. You can also set it up so it directly reads as well. In other words, I can have it connected to a computer or an automated implant system where I can actually watch real-time the concentrations of those RCS. And if we do that, then we can notify, we can send out emails, we can have alarms, conditions go off saying, hey, something's not right. So again, using real-time monitoring with the RxS for respirable silica it is an important part of your respiratory program. If you need more information or you want to talk to me more about your specific application, just give us a call here at AFC International, 800-952-3293. We'll try to answer all the questions you have. Let us know if this is something that's interesting to you or not. Again, as a safety person, of course I sell the product, but for me, I look at it as a way to help protect employees. And most of the time I'm dealing with gas and vapor detection, but it's the same principle. If we're not monitoring, if we're not measuring continuously, then we really don't know what we have. The conditions can change, and that's when things can bite us, and we don't want that. We'll make sure we have a nice, healthy, safe workforce and an environment too that are in the peripheral areas, especially construction. You go to a big city, maybe like downtown Chicago, they have a construction site, and you get some dust coming into the general public. RCS could be used for monitoring the peripheral areas where the general community and folks are walking through, and we don't want to contaminate them at all as well. So again, Jim Sinesco for AFC. If you have any questions on the RCS from Trolex, give us a call, 800-952-3293, or our website, www.afcintl.com. Have a great day. Enjoy the rest of the summer. Thanks.